Hello, I put together a video for you guys on, this is an inflatable review, on the Gemmy 2021 Mystic Hand inflatable. It is 7.5 feet tall, has an animation and a kaleidoscope in it, along with 5C7 lights. This was sold for $90. I do not know where, I just know it was sold for $90. Here's the box. Mystic Hand. It's the same on these three sides. The back, however, is different. You've got the inflatable to average person comparison. Is your Gemmy 2021 logoing. Quick story. I got this from my neighbors for free. They've always done Halloween displays since I was little, going back before like 2017. And they had a Dracula and Coffin. It was a classic. They've had multiple classics there, including the giant, I think it was like 20-foot cat, the Homaker Schlimmer cat. It was really neat with the head turning. But they had a Dracula and Coffin from Gemmy. And it wasn't there last year. And I was really curious as to what happened with it, so when the neighbor man was outside with his dog, just checking the inflatables, making sure they were all working, I asked him, and he said it died, sadly, so rest in peace, animated Gemmy Dracula and Coffin. And we made small talk, and I also asked him, because the hand wasn't out that year, and asked him if that went too. He said, no, I still have it. And he said, you know, I have the hand and a couple other inflatables that I'm not using anymore. Would you like them? And I said, well, I'll have to talk with my parents, but sure. It was just me out there on my electric scooter. So my dad's house didn't want me to have it there, but my mom and my mom's house here was perfectly fine, as long as it stayed in my room. So, W Mom. And so I ended up with this and the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 car from Morbid Enterprises. The blower's out and a bunch of the lights are out, so I'm going to give that inflatable a new blower and a better one because it has a cheap fan and it's going to need at least a YF80. So, yep. Anyways, this is already inflated. It's top heavy and I need to hold down the base so it can get up because I'm not staking stakes into my flooring. So I just inflated it right before this. So yeah. So here it is. It has a YF80 blower in it. As I mentioned, 5C7s. It's animated. Has kaleidoscope. It has two tethering points. One right here, attached to my closet rod. Close hanging rod, so, you know, helps it get up and helps me adjust it to where I need it to be. Keeps it from tipping too. This side doesn't need it in my room, but there's also a tethering point there. There's none directly on the bottom other than on the base fan, so you'd have to get some, other than those cheap stakes that they always provide with these. I'd recommend using something more than those if you're going to hold this down. It's got two zippers, one down here, lower, one right behind the eye so you can access that, and it has, which good amount of air comes out, so I think none of us are in the rights to be complaining about the blower it has, which the YF80 definitely gets it up. I mean, these fingers, you know, yeah. So as I mentioned, this was used by my neighbors. It does have, it does show its signs of wear. My camera's all, I'm trying to focus my camera, there we go. There's a hole right there, little tiny ones, little, not necessarily holes, just little scratches. And the middle finger light bulb was out, but I went to Dollar Tree and got a pack of 4 C7s and stuck it in there, and we're good to go. So, yeah, and then I still have to wipe down the little bit of dirt that's on the eye. I've had this since October 6th when I got it, so of 2024. So, and I still haven't done that. I just keep forgetting to do it. Anyways, this inflatable, I really like it. It's not without its flaws, though. Gemmy cheaped it out right there. They did not run the detail fabric all the way around. In fact, they didn't even make the cuff even with that. They ran the cuff farther, which, okay, but that's cheap of Gemmy to do that. And I get it. In their defense, this is a very, this is what's going on with the inflatable and you don't want to see the sides. So it's understandable why they do that. But at the same time, like, seriously? So there's that. The fabric, when this was sold, was like this. You can see through it. Don't know why. If I turn off the light, you can very obviously see the wires, and I'm standing across my room. So there's that. And the eye, this eye does turn a little farther than I like it. I'd like it to be a little bit more even, but that's just my OCD brain. But overall, I like this. The lights in the fingers, definitely see why they do that. I wish they lit up the cuff a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how well that would look. But it's definitely at least mildly reasonable as to why they choose to light up the fingers. It definitely makes the inflatable look so much eerier. The kaleidoscope effect in this is really nice. It's the same idea as my snowman. The picture on there is different than, but my snowman up here, his belly has the same idea of kaleidoscope effect. His is just red, green, and blue. It's not red and yellow. But I like that, the flashy colors. If they didn't put a kaleidoscope in there and just put a normal light in there, it would definitely make this not very eye-catching inflatable. I did not even didn't even intend to make that pun, but I did. So, first inflatable video, and I'm already making jokes. Where's this going to end up? So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars, maybe even 4 out of 5 stars. I got this for free, so I can't be complaining too much about it. As in fact, that only one light was out, had a couple scratches, and this has got to get wiped down. But yes, I really like this inflatable, so thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.